Get out of your head.
Sir, flex I do work. Six up like Mike. He's out of sight. Woo, you done got me pipe. You man like Ike. Six out the spot. Including night.
What up, it's your girl Rissy D, and let this video be a reminder. Let this video encourage you to get out of your head and get started. It is March 1st, and what better way to start the month than to start with the things that we have already set for ourselves to do that we haven't done? Like, what are we waiting on? Especially when God has told us to do the things. I know you want to plan, I know you want to prepare, I know you want to research, but there's only so much preparation we can do. And some may even argue that the planning, the preparation, the research is the start. And the only way that is true is if we have a reasonable start time. Like, let's be real, we know when we're using those things as a mask, we're using those things as an excuse to keep hiding. And your hiding is actually you being disobedient to God. So I ask you, what are you waiting on? Listen, I have put out several videos this year, and this is coming from someone who never intended to start their YouTube channel back this year in general. It wasn't like, oh, I projected to start it in August, or I projected to start it towards the end of the year. No, I had no plans of restarting this channel this year, but God told me to put that first video out, which was not caring about the opinions of others, which was so foundational for me continuing to do my YouTube videos, because that's part of the reason why a lot of us don't start. We're worried about the opinions of others. We're worried about looking like other people. We're comparing ourselves to other people, and we're putting all of those things above the voice of God. So like I said, get out of your head and start. Let me be a tangible product for you to get started. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I'm not living myself, and I'm living this thing. Okay, Obedient Bae is back. I mentioned this a couple of years ago, and she was not obedient whatsoever. I think I was just excited. But I have evidence that Obedient Bae is back. And we can both be Obedient Baes, or you could be Obedient Boo. Whatever. We can share the title, sis, bro. This video is simply to encourage you to get the things done. The world needs to see more Christian business owners. They need to see more Christians in politics. They need to see more Christians with recreational centers, with community organizations to better help the society at large. The world just needs to see us. We're a city on a hill. So why are you hiding? Again, get out of your head. I'm hoping that as I'm being repetitious about saying get out of your head, that you will get out of your head. Actually, somebody count how many times I've said get out of your head, because I'm pretty sure it'll be 20 times before this video is over. But yeah, get out of your head. Also, try not to be around people in regards to your business. Now, I'm not saying you can't have lunch with them, that you can't have a book club with them. I'm not advising you to stop living your actual life around certain people. But when it pertains to your actual business, your literal business, if you find yourself shrinking around interacting with them, you may not want to continue to share your literal business with them. You know, the people that's like, oh, this market is overly saturated. Are you sure you want to do this? There are so many YouTubers. There are so many bloggers. There are so many hairstylists. There's so many whatever. Are you sure you want to do that? And the funny thing I have with that is you never hear people say there's so many doctors. There's so many lawyers. There's so many police officers. Like, nobody says that. Everybody congratulates someone being a doctor or a nurse or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to starting your own business, or YouTube, or a content creator, for some odd reason, now there's supposed to be a cap to how many people can do it. I'm just trying to figure it out. Maybe that's not something you understand. That's not a business that has tickled your fancy, if you will, but it doesn't matter. If this is something that God is leading you to do, then you need to do it with or without their approval, with or without their understanding. And I get it. Family and friends can be tough. Even some coworkers that you may have a friendship with can be tough when they're not really on board with what you're trying to do. But understand that the market you're trying to reach is greater than them, and them not understanding initially doesn't matter. Get out of your head and get started. And while I'm suggesting things, I would also suggest that you don't get majority of your business advice from people with failed businesses. I'm just saying. No shade, no tea, even though you see a little shade right here. Honestly, I wouldn't get majority of my advice from people with failed businesses. Now, I can get some advice from them, and I'm not knocking getting some advice, right? But even with them, they have a limited understanding of how to run a successful business, seeing how they haven't done it yet. So they can give you the what not to do's and maybe some what to do's. But try to get majority of your business advice from people who have successful businesses. Like, it's simple logic. Again, I'm not telling you to detach yourself from people who have failed businesses. I'm not telling you to not be friends with them. I'm not telling you to cut them off. I'm just saying move in wisdom in regards to researching and trying to find out what and what not to do when it comes to your business. And going to people who have failed businesses is not where you need to get all of your advice from, because some people haven't mentally or emotionally recovered from that failed business, and they may be projecting whatever insecurities or bitterness that they have on you. That may be a reason why you're operating in fear. That may be a reason why you're hiding, because you're listening to people who have not yet reached the level that you're trying to go to. So yeah, be mindful of that. Get out of your head and get started. Did I tell you to get started? Yeah, get started. Because honestly, there's only so much that we can avoid. When starting your business, there are going to be some things that you just have to persevere through. There are going to be some things that you just have to endure. Just like in our real lives, we can only prepare for so much. We can only plan for so much, but there are some things that just happen to us that we have to deal with. I don't know why everyone is subscribing to this soft era of where nothing bothers you, nothing is happening, you're just smooth sailing along. No, baby. I don't know not one disciple, not one apostle that had a soft era. I'm just trying to figure out where are we getting this lingo from, and why are Christians adopting worldly language? Meanwhile, it's supposed to be the other way around. Like, the world is supposed to be looking at us for the language, but we're getting our lingo from them. Nah. And I say this because just this past Sunday, our pastor preached about Paul being shipwrecked. He was even bitten by a snake. And with all of that, you would think that he would have given up, right? Because some of us would have given up before the ship even wrecked. Before the ship even wrecked, we would have been like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm going through too much. Because that's what we do. We face obstacles, we face hardships, and we think this can't be God because I'm going through too much. But he kept going. He persevered and he never gave up. And that's the same tenacity. That's the same faith. That's the same surety with what God has told us to do that we need to have. Never did God say that he would give us an easy life. What he said was we won't have to go through this life alone, and that there is another life. Hello, an eternal life promised, stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered through our faith in Jesus. Now, I'm not saying your entire life has to be a struggle, but you can't negate struggle. You can't escape struggle. So even in our personal lives, we can't do that. Obviously, when we're starting a business, we can't do that. So come out of that faulty mindset, get out of your head, and get started. All right, that's all I have for you in this video. I didn't want to make it too long because I want you to get started. I don't want you to get caught up in watching this video that I have tired you out and now you have no time to do the things you need to do. Nope, the world is actually waiting for us to show up. So it's time to show up. It's time to look like the city that's on the hill. Stop hiding. Stop dimming the light that God has put in you. Get out of your head and get started. All right, you know what to do. If you actually like this video, like the video, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you hopefully Saturday. I'm going to try to be 2 videos shorty this week. Listen, keep me accountable because I feel like I've been doing pretty good. I know I already did 1 week where I did like 2 videos, but yeah, my actual goal for this month is to do every other week 2 videos, and then the week I'm not doing 2 videos, it'll be 1 video. So yeah, stay tuned for that next video, whether it's Saturday or next week, and get out of your head. All right? Peace.